That's a heck of a game. For the three of us, our first time being part of the semifinals, Friday night, Madison Square Garden, Big East tournament, playing UConn. Doesn't get much better than that, I guess, unless you get to Saturday. We really tried to emphasize to our guys that we had to win it on the defensive end. UConn's a terrific team on both ends of the floor. They have some advantages relative to us with their size and strength and girth and offensive rebounding. We knew it was going to be a fight. We had some foul trouble. I thought Jop did a phenomenal job coming in the game and changing the complexion of the game with his shooting and with his ability to just kind of stretch out the defense. That run that we had with him in the game, where we took the 10-point lead was pivotal, and you knew UConn was going to make a run back. Then down the stretch, I believe we had at least four, but I believe we had 5 straight stops in a row, and that's where we needed to win it.
We'll go to Ben right here in front.
You used the phrase "win anyway" since you've gotten to Marquette. Was this like the ultimate example of winning anyway, with the foul trouble and giving up the offensive rebounds and going deep into your bench?
Yeah, this was a great team win, and in a game like this, UConn's going to make some plays. The refs called some fouls. We had some of our best players were riddled with foul trouble for most of the game. Oso played less than half the game. But I think it's a testament to the depth that we have on our team. And, at one point I looked out there and we got, a bunch of freshmen and sophomores out there just fighting and battling, scratching for their lives. But these guys didn't blink. They were lost in a fight the entire night, and it was a ton of fun to watch.
Second row, John.
Shaka, you've talked about this team responding in moments throughout the entire season. St. John's game out in Queens, you came back from that halftime. Tonight, you kept on responding to UConn's runs. What could you just say about your team's response tonight to make sure you put yourself in a position for tomorrow with a title game?
Well, I think when we get lost in a fight, and what I mean by that is we let go of all the other stuff that can creep into the mind, all the doubts, anxieties, worries, all the stuff on social media. These guys, if you cut them open, you'll find inside of them a championship DNA. And it's pretty exciting because, these guys are just in their sophomore year. We've got 3 freshmen out there playing significant minutes. We've got another sophomore in Stevie and then 3 juniors. But the reason that they've built that character about them is because of the way they feel about each other. And that's what's allowed us to respond when we've hit adversity.
In the middle on the right.
Coach, you talked about defense. All year I've watched this team play for steals and deflections. It looked like it had a completely different mindset from the beginning of just walling up and denying it. 3 steals, you held them to 68 points. Was there a reason for the change?
No, we didn't go into the game trying to change anything. The UConn was the reason. Those guys took care of the ball really well. They had 9 turnovers. Normally we force 16, 17, 18 turnovers. We did not get our hands on the ball as well as we normally do. You have to find different ways to win. We knew that playing against UConn, we were going to have to make some adjustments, and we were going to have to fight like crazy when they tried to throw the ball inside, when they got offensive rebounds, and we did that just enough.
Right in front.
Cam, that 3 you hit to beat the shot clock, that was a pretty pivotal moment. And as a player, I feel like you have those moments where you kind of just chuck it up and pray that it goes in. Was that one of those moments for you?
No. I shot that honestly knowing I was going to make it. I feel like every shot I take, I feel like I'm going to make it. So I had a little bit of time. I felt like I could have took like an extra dribble or 2, but once I got it, I just take my time, get my feet set, and just shoot it like a normal shot.
Jamal.
Coach, you had that key stretch end of the second half without Kolek, without Iguodala. What was the key there?
These guys managed the game really well. We've probably practiced next to never without those guys in the game. So we had a lineup out there that normally is not out there together. But again, our guys stayed together. They trusted the plan. We had some imperfect possessions on the defensive end, but there was or on the offensive end, but there was a dedication to getting stops, and they just kept fighting.
Over here, no, let's go to Ben first, and then we'll go in here.
John, you had to come in, you had to battle the 2 behemoths on UConn, but you could space them out on the other end. So what was the mentality? How did you try to affect the game when you got in?
Just fight. When also we're dealing with foul trouble, I knew I had to come in and just fight for positioning down there and then be smart. And on the offensive end, it's kind of, if they want to post me up down there, then I have to manage on the offensive end. So they got to come out and guard me, and I took advantage of it.
We're doing two more, all the way on the right.
Coach, congratulations. Right at the very end of the game, you jumped high in the air, pumped your fist. What were the emotions right there, and would you say you still have the best jumping ability on the team?
I got more jumping ability than these two, but I definitely don't have the best on the team. It just kind of felt like, and I want to say this in the most respectful way possible, but it just kind of felt like a lot of people were just kind of giving UConn the game coming in. And, there was comments made about who owns the Garden and that kind of stuff. And, we said, wait a minute, we won this league. So we're not taking a backseat to anybody. And you can say that, but then going and doing it is another thing. And it's going to be hard. It's going to come down to the last minute or even second of the game, and it did. So that was just elation that, our guys were able to go do what we said we would do.
Last question, Gavin.
You held Hawkins at 2 for 11 from the field. What did you try to do with him, and why were you so effective?
That was the defensive key to the game. And I thought both teams missed some really good looks from three that, could have swung the game either way. But I thought on Hawkins, Omax Prosper, and whoever on our team was on him did a phenomenal job. We can beat UConn with their bigs scoring some twos around the basket. We can win the game like we did tonight. I don't know that we can beat them if Hawkins goes and makes 5, 6 threes and Calcaterra and guys are making. They made some in the first half, but I thought throughout the game our guys stayed attached to him. They ran a lot of different screening actions for him. And again, Omax Prosper especially deserves amazing credit for being locked in on that assignment.
Marquette, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you.